by the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. May you be well and happy. One who follows the Dhamma is protected by the Dhamma. It is preached by the Lord Buddha. We hope the Dhamma sermon that you are going to listen will help you to have a righteous life. So we welcome respectfully Venerable Polpithimukalane Pannasiri Thero, the Chief Advisor of Kadawatha Mawara Mandiya Sri Gautama Sadaham Senasuna, and the Principal of Sri Vimalasiri English Dhamma School for this Dhamma sermon. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. This Dhamma sermon has been sponsored by Mrs. Harsha Jayasuriya, Mr. Amila, Mrs. Rashmi, Mr. Mahesh and the members of Jayasuriya and Karunatilaka families.
Samanta Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajas Sunantu Saggamokkadang Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Bhadanta Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Bhadanta Dhammasavana Kalo Ayang Badanta. May all divine beings arrive here to listen to sublime Dhamma expounded by the fully enlightened one. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Honor to the Supreme Buddha, the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. Yo che vassa satang jive apasang dhamma muttamang ekahang jivitang seyo passato dhamma muttamanti. Meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends, Shraddhavanta Pinvatni. Now you all are going to listen to sublime Dhamma expounded by the fully enlightened one. Today this Dhamma sermon or Dhamma Dana conducted in order to transfer merits to departed the beloved husband Sarat Jayasuriya. So this Pinkama conducted by Mrs. Harsha Jayasuriya and children and other family members. So meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends, when we consider about the universe and when we consider about the samsara, the knowledge that we have very less. We have various knowledges regarding mathematics, science, computer science, astrology, astronomy, and various things. But the knowledge regarding the universe, especially regarding samsara, the samsaric life, is very poor of the human beings. Due to that fact, they act according to their wish, without knowing what they are what will happen to them in the future. In other words, in next life, what will happen to them? Actually, they have no idea about next life. Therefore, they are just enjoying. They have fun with sensual pleasure. So, but Supreme Buddhas, the Supreme Buddhas are born to this world in order to explicate the reality of the world. So what is the reality? Reality is impermanence. Reality is impermanence. Actually, in Buddhism, what I like the most, interesting subject for me is the concept of anicca, impermanence, because everything is impermanent. Now, Mr. Sarat Jaisuri is no more. He was there as the beloved husband, beloved father, beloved brother, beloved relative, but no more. Impermanence. And that same issue will come to you. So you all have to die. I have to die. We don't know when we are going to die. But the problem is we have no idea about death. If we have any idea about death, actually your behavior pattern changes. Then you think about to change your inner life. Now, outwardly people try to, show off, act out different characters. But inwardly, we have various problems. We have what is called kilesa, taints inside. So these are the problems will cause us in our next life. What are those? Jealousy, greed, hatred, delusion, right? These are dangerous problems. Anger, dangerous problems. So Supreme Buddhas are born to this world in order to, teach us how to control them, how to eradicate them, how to put an end to them, and how to comprehend the Four Noble Truths and attain Nibbana. It's a very rare thing. Appearance of a Buddha to the world is a very rare thing. බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ නමකගේ පහළවීම ඊටාම දුර්ලභ දෙයක්. 400 years, කල්ප 100කට only 7 Buddhas appeared in the world. 400 years. Right? 91 years ago, a Buddha appeared in the world named Vipassi. At that time, the human age was 80,000 years. 80,000 years. Right? Now, these are recorded in the canonical texts, especially discourses. People do not know how many discourses are there. Now, when they start talking, they claim that they know Buddhism and all that. They do not know at least how many discourses have been expounded by the fully enlightened one. බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ දේශනා කරපු සූත්‍ර ගණන කීයද කියලාවත් දන්නේ නැහැ. So the Supreme Buddha has expounded more than 17,000 discourses, approximately 18,000 discourses, in which there is a discourse called Mahapadana discourse, the great character, the discourse on great character. In that, these factors are discernible. What I mentioned about the Supreme Buddha Vipassi, he appeared in the world when the human age was 80,000 years. Then after his appearance, when he passed away, for 60 years, no Buddha appeared in the world. කල්ප 60කට බුදුවරයෙක් පහළ වුණේ. Now you may tend to think, it is 60 years, no problem. But if you know what is the, what is the kind of number of years, right, for a eon to pass by, you will be astonished. One day, one bhikkhu asked from the Supreme Buddha, Supreme Buddha, for an eon, how many years are there? Then Buddha said, it is incalculable, very difficult to calculate. I will give, and then he asks, give me an example. Even it is difficult to give an example. But I would say like this. Suppose there is a kind of, what is called a city surrounded by walls. City surrounded by walls. The length of one wall is 10 kilometers. Breadth 10 kilometers, height 10 kilometers. Then that particular city is filled with mustard seeds, abated. Mustard seeds. After 1 year, one mustard seed is taken out from the city and put away. Like that continuously, this process goes on. Ultimately, even if the, mustard seeds are over, the eon will not be over. Kalpe avasana nethu. So that's a long time. Unthinkable time it takes for a kappa or kalpa to pass by. So we are in what is called Mahabhadra Kalpa. So Mahabhadra Kalpa, 4 Buddhas so far appeared in the world. Buddha Kakusanga, Buddha Konagamana, Buddha Kashyapa, and Buddha Gautama, our Supreme Buddha. And another Buddha is to come. That is Buddha Maitri. Our people tend to think the Buddha Maitri will come very soon. No. He will come. Now, when this human age has to come down to 10, according to Chakravarti Siyanada discourse. Now, at that time, 120. Now, if we calculate from the very beginning, during Vipassana Buddha's period, 80,000. Then Sikhi Buddha's period, 70,000 years. Then Vesabu, Sikhi Buddha's period, 70,000 years. Vesabu Buddha's period, 60,000 years. Then came this year. Firstly, our Kakusanda Buddha appeared. At that time, human age was 40,000 years. 40,000 years. Konagamana Buddha's period, 30,000 years. Kashyapa Buddha's period, 20,000 years. And our Buddha's period, 120. There is a natural system in the world between 120 80,000 years, the Buddhas appear in the world. But there are some occasions, even human age goes beyond 1 lakh, right? So many years. But Buddhas do not appear. Why Buddhas do not appear? People can't understand suffering. Because at that time, luxurious life. People don't understand the Dhamma. Right? That is why Buddhas don't appear during that period. Everywhere luxury within that period. When the human age is 1 lakh and above that. When it comes to 80,000, to a certain extent, people are able to understand Dhamma. Then Buddhas appear. And within the period of 120, people can, at the last moment, Gautama Buddha appeared in the world. We are fortunate. At the last moment, 120, the Buddha appeared in the world. That is why we encountered the Buddha. Otherwise, we do not know about the Buddha. Understand? So, when we got this golden opportunity, we must take refuge in the Supreme Buddha wholeheartedly. We must take refuge in the sublime Dhamma wholeheartedly. We must take refuge in the noble Sangha wholeheartedly. So, the most important thing in the world, people tend to think executive powers. Some may tend to think wealth. Some may tend to think money. Some may tend to think beauty. Some may tend to think fame. Some may tend to think abilities. No. The most important thing in the world is triple gem. Triple gem. Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. I understood this when I was in the final year in the university. I understood. Before that, I did not understand. I became a monk at the age of 15. I understood the triple gem is the most important thing, after more than 15 years, most probably. Now I understand. So now you have luxurious facilities, houses and all that. But all are impermanent. You have to leave them behind. Even your body. Do you understand? You take with you, carry with you, whatever you earn in terms of wholesome actions. And even unwholesome ones come with you. Therefore, we must try to accumulate merits as much as possible. Punyanche puriso kaira. That's why Buddha said, the person must do merits as much as possible. Merits. Kaira tetam puna. Again and again. The person must accumulate merits. Thammi chandang kairata. That means you have to like merits. Ping. You must like merits. Oba pinata kamathi viya yutui. Sukho punya succeyo. Merit is a different term for pleasure. Pina kiyanne sapeta kiyana namai. I have heard some persons say, ping karanna onne. We do not want to do ping. Pina kirimen sansare dikwe. There are people telling like that. But in Ma Punya Bhai discourse, Ma Punya Bhai, there is a discourse expounded by the fully enlightened one. There Buddha says, don't be afraid to merit. Pinata baya nowanna. That is Buddha's exhortation, Buddha's explanation. But there are people and some, even monks I have heard, telling, don't do merits. Without doing merits, you can't attain Nibbana. Because you have come to this human world due to merits you have done in the past. Otherwise, you would have been born in the hell. Now, even if you can't remember now, you all have been in the hell for millions and millions of years. Now, in our Buddhist population, majority do not believe even hell. They say where is hell? It is somewhere here. Heaven? Somewhere here. Right? Then why Supreme Buddha has expounded about hell and heaven? The Supreme Buddha has a knowledge called Sabbanyuta Jnana, Sarvajñata Jnana, knowing everything in the world. It is omniscience, omniscience. Now today people are attracted to Western science. Western science can talk about limited things. Buddha talks about everything. Everything. Omniscience. You understand? Therefore, the Sabbanyuta Jnana, the omniscience, we have to accept of the Supreme Buddha. So when we actually believe the omniscience of the Supreme Buddha, it is called Shraddha. That is what is called Shraddha. Unshakable confidence. මේකට කියන්නේ පැහැදීම, ශ්‍රද්ධාව කියලා. The followers in Buddhism, the main problem that they possess, what? They don't have this quality. Therefore, they disrespectfully allegates against the Supreme Buddha by saying what? There is no hell, there is no heaven, there is no rebirth. Now, they do not know that they are going against their teacher. This cannot be seen in Christianity. This cannot be seen in Islam. This cannot be seen in Hinduism. This is seen in Buddhism. Our people, they go against the teacher. When they go against the teacher, they have no refuge. So the problem to us is we have no refuge. Apita sarana nahi. The problem that we have is sarana nathi prasnayak තියෙන්නේ. Sarana ලැබෙන්නේ sarana යන්න ඕන. We have to go, I go to the Buddha as my refuge. Buddhan saranam gacchami. Dhamman saranam gacchami. I go to the Dhamma as my refuge. Sanghan saranam gacchami. I go to the Sangha as my refuge. In Sri Lankan context, mainly, I have seen is we don't have what is called refuge, saranane. But they know how to talk about dependent origination. Paticcasamuppadaya ගැන කතා කරනවා. They know how to talk about 5 khandhas, 5 aggregates of clinging. පංච උපාදානස්කන්ධය ගැන කතා කරනවා. They talk about insight meditation. විදර්ශනා භාවනාව කතා කරනවා. මේ සමහර උගන්වනවා. They teach, but they don't believe the teacher. Without believing the teacher, they cannot actually attain Nibbana. So main thing that we have to consider in my Dhamma sermon, what I emphasize, take refuge in the Triple Gem wholeheartedly. Yekechi buddhang saranang gatase nate gamissanti apaya. If one take refuge in the Supreme Buddha, he will not go to hell, Buddha says. Right? I am very happy because I have taken refuge in the Triple Gem wholeheartedly. In my case, I am very happy. You understand? Always Buddha is in my mind. Dhamma is in my mind. Sangha is in my mind. Our people, they don't have. They have various other things. Now, we have to have various things. Now, we have to talk about our job. We have to talk about our, various other problems, family problems, and our children, their future, and various things are there. Sometimes we have to talk about politics, sometimes we have to talk about sports and various things we have to talk about. But the main thing that we have to talk about is Triple Gem. Triple Gem. We always have to concentrate, and especially we have to remember, reflect. We have to reflect on Triple Gem. So if we can reflect upon the 9 qualities of the Supreme Buddha, that is called Buddhanussati meditation. Daily you can recollect. While you are traveling to abroad, you can recollect. Now generally when I go abroad, when I am in the flight, what I do is, first and foremost, start to reflect on Buddha's qualities, Buddhanussati. Right? Even if the flight will fall down, no problem. I am thinking on the Buddha's qualities, Buddhanussati meditation. And death, definitely my consideration goes to death daily. When I am going to bed, I think sometimes I will die today night. Now people don't think like that. When we think like that, death is remembering the death is a meditation. It is Marananussati Bhavana. So like that we can accumulate merits. There are 3 ways to accumulate merits. 3 ආකාරයකින් පින් රැස් කරගත හැකි. First one is offering. Now, when I see you and your premises, your houses, the way of life, what I can guess is, you people have definitely in the past offered alms. දානෙ දීලා තියෙනවා. You all. දානෙ දෙන්නේ නැතුව සැප ලැබෙන්නේ නැත. You understand? මේ ගෙවල් දොරවල්, all these houses, the vehicles, all the facilities, the especially appearance, your knowledge, every way of life, everything based on the act of giving. You have actually donated, offered things in the fast. You have offered things to the Supreme Buddha. Buddha Pujava තියලා තියෙනවා. You have offered things to the Mahasangha. සංඝයාට දන් දීලා තියෙනවා. You have offered things to the various other Satpurusha, noble persons. And you have also attended on your parents. අම්මට තාත්තට සලකලා තියෙනවා. Right? And you have even helped the needy, poor. And you have even given foods and all that to animals also. So that range from animal to the Supreme Buddha, right? You have done in the fast. That is why you don't spend any day without having food. I mean, daily you have food, juicy food, right? Tasty food. You understand? It's luxurious life. Why? Now, this cannot be seen in some other families. They tend to think this is due to class conflict. Class conflict. Panti අරගලයක් හිටලු මේක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. According to Marxist view. Wrong. Totally wrong. Marx doesn't know about that. Yeah. Marx doesn't know. And I can remember some of the Marxists later on, they accepted what Buddha said. Some of the dominant characters in Sri Lanka, professors, earlier on they said Marx is the key figure. But later on they said, no, Supreme Buddha is the key figure in the world. So there is no what is called class conflict and all that. This is, your difference is based on what you have done in the fast. ඔබ විසින් කරපු පින මතයි difference එක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. You are living in here, you are living this kind of life, and some people, they don't have even a place to live. I mean, sleep today night. They are under bridges or somewhere. Why? But we have to remember, we also have been like that in the fast. අන්න ඒකයි වැදගත් වෙන්නේ. අපිත් එහෙම තැන් වල මම්මාවත් වල නිදියපු අය කියලා මතක් වෙන්න ඕන සංසාරේ. හිඟා කාපු අය කියලා. මම මේ දැන් එන ගමන් කැලණියේ පන්සල ළඟින් ආවේ. while I was coming from that place, I told to my mahatya who came with me, I said, recently I got an idea to offer some food to these poor people, some fried rice or something like that. I want to ask somebody to prepare fried rice, some parcels, and distribute among those people at least 200 parcels and all that. They also must eat Jewish food. Now we are offered by you. The මහා සංඝරත්නයට හොඳට රසවත් හම්බ වෙනවනේ. ඉතින් අපි සංසාරේ දීලා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් අර මිනිස්සු සංසාරේ කාපු බීපු අය පස්සේ දීපු නෑ, දුන්නේ නෑ. ඒකින්ද දැන් දුකසේ ඉන්නවා. නමුත් අපි දෙන්න ඕන. We have to consider about them also. You understand? In Dakkina Vibhanga discourse, Buddha mentioned how many benefits that we take by offering. The highest merits that we can gain by offering to the Supreme Buddha. And the Mahasangha, including the Supreme Buddha. Right? But when it comes to animal level, 100 benefits. Some lay poor person, 1,000 fall. Like that, there are different benefits. But even if that we gain only 100 fall, we have to offer to animals also, right? Other poor persons, because we have been there as animals. Even if you can't remember, you all were previous births, animals. If we make any mistake this time, once again you will be born as animals. Sometimes it doesn't take much time to be a dog in the house. You understand? Same house, you have to come back as a dog. Now there was a count at that time, through the year, he became a dog, same house. Then son looked after the dog. Dog was the father in the previous life. Buddha pointed out, this is your father. First and foremost, he did not believe. He refused. But Buddha threw one. Then he accepted. With the fruit, then he accepted. So therefore, all these things are delivered by the Buddha in the discourses. Now we are delivering this Dhamma by, studying the canonical texts. Now 17,705 discourses. So I can remember when I was in the university and all that, I had no time to read these things. But I started to read when I started, I can remember 2000. So I started reading canonical texts. Now nobody can, cheat us, deceive us. People are cheated, deceived by various monks and laities these days. As long as you don't have the knowledge of the Dhamma, especially what is called this YouTube, there are YouTube Arahants, YouTube Buddhas. You understand? In the world, they say so many, damn lies. People, innocent people. Therefore, I generally instruct you, don't depend on what is said by others. Go to original texts. Original texts are available. Now, sometimes they attack to original texts also. Now, original texts are also fabrication and all that. Then there is nothing to prefer, no. They are very cunning, crafty people, cruel people. But the Supreme Buddha's Dhamma is still there in canonical texts. All the discourses are available. You can refer in Sinhala, in Pali, and in English translations. Now I mentioned about Mahapadana Sutra. This is in Digha Nikaya. You can refer whether there is Mahapadana discourse and whether the number of years the teachers, Dhamma preacher said is correct. You can, I said in Vipassana Buddha's period, 80,000 years. You can go to Mahapadana discourse. You can check. Then you can find. I am not going to tell lies. We can't tell lies. If we tell lies, we have to go to hell. But there are people, and both laity and monks, they say whatever they want to say. Therefore, you have to be very careful in learning Dhamma. Right? Always you have to check, refer in the discourses. So, first and foremost, when you take refuge in the Triple Gem wholeheartedly, then you can accumulate merits, as I mentioned. Now, gradually you can study Dhamma. There are actually 5 factors that you have to consider. First one is, you have to develop in you Shraddha, unshakable confidence towards the Buddha. Second one, Sila. That means 5 precepts are adequate. 5 precepts, quite adequate. Yes. If you don't kill animals, if you don't steal, if you don't engage in sexual misconduct, if you don't tell lies, if you don't partake liquor and all that, quite satisfactory to have a kind of good life in the next birth. Now, Sila. If you have more time, you can dedicate in poor days to have Ashtanga Uposatha Sila. Right? And the third one is, first one Saddha, second one Sila, third one Sutta. That means Dhamma knowledge. So you have to have Dhamma knowledge. In order to have Dhamma knowledge, you have to read sutras. Now our people spend a lot of time on TV, teledramas, news, news. I can remember, I think for 1 year I have not actually watched news as such, but I can remember. No news for me. Because at that time, even Vipassana Buddha's period also, there was news. Huh? What happened? There are news always. Now about Corona, COVID-19, we have to know. What about curfew and all that, we have to know. But same thing, always arousing our, anger, so many problems when we watch these things. But when we read the Dhamma, calm, quiet, peace, and merits, so therefore read. You understand? Saddha, Sila, Sutta. Then Chaga. Chaga means charity, dana, offering. Then Panya. So most important thing in the world, the noble thing in the world, noblest thing in the world, highest thing in the world is what? Panya. Wisdom. We start from Shraddha, unshakable confidence, and we have to end up in Panya, wisdom. What is Panya means? Knowing the real situation in the world. What is the real situation? Anicca, impermanence. Dukkha, suffering or unsatisfactoriness. Anatta, soullessness or unsubstantiality. Right? Now, I think you can remember at that time you had a fast infant age. That infant is gone now. Here, at that time, it was black. Now you have to always do various things to, very difficult, no? You understand? And also you have to maintain the body. We people try to maintain the body, not the mind. We are taking with us mind, not the body. Body remains. Therefore, we have to always maintain mind. Now our teeth will be broken, skin will be, fair one, it will be dark, right? And some sort of diseases we have to face, and so many problems. So, but we cannot manipulate anything according to our wish. Now we can't ask from our here, these are mine. Therefore, don't be great. Can you ask and stop? Can't. It will become great. Now, our young couples, Amila, your son Amila, younger son, no? Huh?
Son is Amila.
Yes, Amila. And there are other couples here. Now, they are, younger generation. One day, they have to come to this age. Sometimes when they come to this age, old age, you are no more. Right? You are no more. So that is the situation. So we cannot stop aging. We cannot stop anything happening in the world. That is what is called anatta. So these are called three signata, trilakshana. Only Supreme Buddha in the world explained, right, expounded about trilakshana. Buddharajanan Vahase Pamanamai Lokaye Sāstrun Vahasela Athara Anitya Dukkha Anātma කියන ත්‍රිලක්ෂණය දේශනා කරේ. වෙන කිසිදු ශාස්ත්‍රවරයෙක් කියන කිසිදු ධර්මක නැත. මම ඒකයි බුදු දහමට කැමති. මම ඒකයි බුදු දහම පිළිගන්නේ. මම ඒකයි බුදු දහම තුල ඉන්නේ. මම ඒකයි බුදු දහම දේශනා කරන්නේ. Right? Because this is authentic, complete truth. Understand? So, therefore, we can understand. Now, this is quite adequate to understand about Buddha's teaching. Anitya, Dukkha, Anatta. These are available. Not miraculous things. We can see it. Day-to-day life. Now, earlier on, there was nothing called COVID-19. But now, COVID. But after some time, this will be over. Right? However, we cannot expect in time to come, there will be a healthy situation in human world. Always so many problems. Therefore, if you develop these 5 factors, saddha, unshakable confidence, sila, virtue, sutta, Dhamma knowledge, chaga, charity, panya, wisdom, actually you can have a pleasurable life in the next birth. But you have to continuously develop. One time is not adequate. On the other hand, I mentioned you, there are 3 ways to accumulate merits. Pinkarana krama 3. I mentioned about first one, dana. Second one in sila. Sila means you control your body and speech. Now, speech, how you control, you should not tell lies. Right? Musavada veramani. Then, pisuna vacha veramani. You have to refrain from slandering. Parusa vacha veramani. You must not speak harsh talks. Then, sampappalapa veramani. You have to refrain from frivolous talk, useless talk. Then you control your speech. Then how you control your body? You should not kill animals. You should not steal things. You should not engage in sexual misconduct. Even when you go to toilet, you have to see whether there are even small, tiny animals there. Even in the commode, you have to rescue them. Right? Don't let them die. That will help you in your sansaric life, not to die untimely death. So you have to actually practice this Dhamma. This is not something very difficult. We can practice. But people tend to think we have to wear white clothes. Don't think those who are wearing white clothes are very good, always. Right? Sometimes by wearing white clothes, they do very bad things. There is nothing with the dress. Mind is the most important thing. Right? Sometimes when sometimes a girl goes to a temple in different clothes, people start criticizing. See, that girl like that. Sometimes that particular upasakamma has jealousy. You understand? Oh, she is cruel. You understand? She is not kind to younger generation. So we have to sympathize with younger generation. They come to temple, even to temple in that fashion. But they want to do merits. So we have to let them do merits. Come. Okay, doesn't matter. You do merits. At that time, Supreme Buddha did not ask you wear these things like that. Patachara came to Jetvanarame without any dress. But she became the Araham, Vinevadi Bhikshuning Ataragrastha. Right? Patachara. So therefore, this is the Dhamma that we have understood this in a traditional manner. That is the problem. We have to understand Dhamma as it is. Then no problem. And the third meritorious activity that we have to develop is meditation. Meditation is the, marvelous merit. To accumulate lot of merits at the instant. For example, if you spread loving kindness to the world, a minute, what merits that you accumulate. මේ මලක් සිමින මොහොතක් මෛත්‍රිය වඩනවා නම් පුදුමාකාර පිනක් රැස් වෙනවා. But you have to do it really. Now, you cannot do loving kindness, with hatred. Sometimes you remember an enemy. දැන් කවුරු හරි තමන්ට අකමැති පුජ්‍යලයක් මතක් වුණාම එයා ගැන යම් කිසි දේශයක් හටගත්තොත් එතන නැහැ what is called real loving kindness. එතකොට හරියන්නේ නැහැ. අපි යාටත් මෛත්‍රිය කරන්න ඕනේ. මොකක් හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නිසා අපේ සසර ප්‍රොබ්ලම් එකකට මේ අපිට මේ හම්බෙලා මොකක් හරි ඇති. මම සමහරට මෙයාට වරදක් කරලා ඇති පෙර ජීවිතයක. ඒකින්ද වෙන්න ඇති මට මෙච්චර වෛර කරන්නේ. කවන්නේ මේ මිනිස්සයත් සුවපත් වේවා. අන්න ඒ විදිහේ we have to may I be free from hatred. May I be free from anger. May I be free from jealousy. May I be free from suffering. අන්න ඒ විදිහට අපි මෛත්‍රිය කරන්න ඕනේ. May all beings be free from hatred. May all beings be free from anger. May all beings be free from jealousy. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings live happily. May all beings attain Nibbana. What a magnificent, brilliant concept given by the Supreme Buddha. You understand? We have to use them. Now, in order to meditate, you must not go to a cave in the jungle, in the Himalayan mountains. You have to do it at home for a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like that. Therefore, meritorious devotees, Dhamma friends, what I wanted to emphasize today was to do merits as much as possible. Sansaric life is dangerous. If we do good, this time we can be born in a pleasurable plane. If we do bad, we will go to very, very, unpleasurable planes. You are, in your case, especially you have these facilities and all that due to the merits that you have done in the past. Continue it. And include virtue, sila, and meditation also. When you do all the three, you will be able to comprehend Four Noble Truths as early as possible. And on the other hand, I did not get much time to talk about the gravity of sansaric life. Sansarයේ තියෙන භයානකම ගැන මම වැඩි විස්තර කරන්න ගියේ නැහැ according to the time available. Therefore, that's what I wanted to emphasize. Therefore, impermanent suffering and unsatisfactoriness remains in the world. Unsubstantiality all are remain in the world. We have to face this situation. We have to adjust to this situation. We cannot change the world. We have to adjust ourselves. And actually, we have to get rid of sansaric life. Then problems are over. When we are born again and again, we have to suffer. We have to suffer. Therefore, today, in suffering, මේ දුක කියන එකේ one aspect Buddha mentioned, what is called මේ අපි කියන්නේ මේ පිහි විප්පයෝගෝ දුක්ඛෝ. We have to depart from our pleasant. So එන්නේ දුක තමයි මේ ඔබතුමියට මේ පුතාට තියෙන්නේ. මේගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන්නේ. පිහි විප්පයෝගෝ දුක්ඛෝ. අපේ සම්පයෝග දුක්ඛ අනිත් පැත්තෙන් දුකක්. මෙතන තියෙන ප්‍රියයන්ගෙන් වෙන්වීම. මේ තමන්ගේ මහත්ය, එතකොට තාත්තා, සහෝදරයා, ඥාතිය නැතුව ගියා කියන්නේ විශාල දුකක්. නමුත් what we have to do is to, according to the Supreme Buddha's teaching, is do merits and transfer merits. අපිට methodology එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකයි වටින්නේ. අපිට පින් කරලා ඒ පින අනුමෝදන් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ නිසා that's why you all are doing it today as a gratitude to your beloved husband, to your beloved father, beloved brother, and beloved relative. Therefore, today we did kind of very, very grateful merit, that is Dhamma Dana. Among all the danas, highest dana is Dhamma Dana. Sabba Dana, Dhamma Dana, Jinati. And this will majority listen to this Dhamma sermon in the world. Therefore, you accumulate a lot of merits. That can be transferred to your beloved husband. Therefore, having listened to this Dhamma sermon, may you all be able to comprehend the Four Noble Truths within the regime of Gautama Buddha Sasana. Okay, now let us transfer the merits to your beloved husband. Especially now we have accumulated a lot of merits by this Dhamma sermon and by offering the gifts and all that, Dhamma gifts and all that. Let us transfer these merits to late Mr. Sarat Jayasuriya, the beloved husband of Mrs. Harsa Jayasuriya, and beloved father of the children, Amila, Rashmi, Mahesh, and all, right? And also, therefore, may he attain Nibbana as soon as possible. And also, let us transfer these merits to Mr. Kusumapala and Mrs. Rupavati Jayasuriya, the beloved parents, and also Mr. Dharma Vibhuti and Mrs. Punyavati Karunatilaka, the beloved parents, and Mr. Prasad Pranandu, and Mr. N.H. Vitarana, Mr. N.L.D.F. Karunaratna, Silva, and all the beloved, your departed relatives, may all gain these merits and may all be able to comprehend fully the Four Noble Truths and attain Nibbana. And also, may all the departed relatives of all of you take these merits and attain Nibbana. And let us transfer all these merits to our deities, the gods, and having taken the merits given by you, may all the deities especially invoke blessings on you, Mrs. Harsa Jayasuriya, and the children, and all the relatives who have gathered here today to listen to this sublime Dhamma sermon, and all the listeners who were listening to this Dhamma sermon. And may all gods help you to continue your good acts and to engage in meritorious activities, and may all gods also attain Nibbana. And by the grace of these merits, may all of us are able to comprehend the Four Noble Truths within a very short period of time. May the Triple Gem bless you. Akasatta ca Bummatta Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiran Rakhantu Buddha Sasanang. Akasatta ca Bummatta Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiran Rakhantu Buddha Desanang. Akasatta ca Bummatta Deva Naga Mahiddhika Punyantang Anumoditva Chiran Rakhantu Tang Sada. May you all be well and happy.